Let's take a look at a little pattern or correlation here between animal size and the duration of gestation, which is a fancy word for saying how long the pregnancy actually is. You should already know that compared to other animals, other species out there, human babies are born rather unprepared for the world. They can't even balance their head and they fall over. We really need to take care of babies. We can't just drop them off somewhere. They're not going to be able to survive. Whereas many other animals, by the time they're actually born, many of them are able to be very self-sufficient. Human babies, not the case. Here is a graph here. There would be a lot of dots representing the different species that are on there, but if you plot a correlation line, you pretty much get this thing here. The bigger the body, the longer it takes to actually prepare for birth. So pregnancies are actually longer as a result of the average adult body mass size. So for humans, if that's around 60 kilograms, we take about 266 days on average for a gestation period. So you've heard of the 9 months, which is the amount of time for pregnancy. So humans kind of sit right there. This is a logarithmic scale. So as we go across, we're multiplying as we go higher here instead of just adding a regular unit. But if you search online, you can find a better graph that actually shows this. I couldn't find one that doesn't have Creative Commons license usages or something like that. So you just get a little graph here, but it's pretty easy to understand. The larger the body mass of the organism, the longer the gestational period is. And here's another little graph here that you can kind of see how this actually changes, how the pattern actually changes as the weight of the organism actually goes up. There are some exceptions though, so just know that. For example, there are some organisms that have the same gestation period that we do, but they are much, much larger. Also, it's important to point out that in general, longer gestation periods mean that the organism is going to be a little bit more developed by the time they're actually born. But as I just made a opening statement here that was a little bit sad, human babies are pretty weak. But don't write that on your exam. Talk about the correlation between these two variables.